welcome to the weekly fresh produce update. I'm Sarah, taking over for Brent this week because he's on holiday. We don't know if it's deserved, but that's where he is. So I thought we'd start with some spring specials that we've got happening. I don't know if many people are into these Tangelos, but I really like them and they're a good price. 10 for $2.50 there, and they ripen up and they're just delicious. A very fine skin, but lots of vitamin C in those, and nice to get the kids to try something different. The bananas are still $3.95 as the apples and that are running out, and some of the citrus is declining. It's good to still have things. The papaya is really beautiful, and you can see you can get them in half, and I think the big one comes in at about maybe $8. What else do we have in fruit? Julia was telling me we've got apples. These are grower bags, I think, something like that, and you've got the different varieties there, and they're really quite delicious, and I think they're $7.50, whereas all the others are at $7.99 a kilo, though she has reduced these Red Delicious to $5.99. But apples are not top of the pops today, so we might leave them. What we also have around here is some juicing apples, because I thought it's spring and you might like to have a little bit of a juice every morning, which is a nice thing to do in spring. Great juicing carrots, which are $1.95 a kilo. You can't go beyond that. And this is the quality of the juicing apples. So they're really pretty good quality. You might find a little mark in the top of them, but generally very good. So, and you know, apple, carrot, beetroot, celery. Have a look at this celery. I mean, they are whopping bunches. So you can not only have a half, you can have a quarter of those. Very healthy size. So celery is also really good, especially if, you know, fluid retention, those sort of things. And carrot, if you sort of got a little bit of the leftover flu or anything, good for the old mucous membranes and that, the lungs and everything. So get into, if you have got still a little bit of a residual cold, just putting in a little bit of ginger, not too much, maybe half of that in your juice for a few people will work well. Now if the kids aren't used to juicing, they might not like the beetroot, but you could start them on the carrots with a little bit of some citrus, because the citrus over here is starting to, some of it's starting to decline a little bit, some of those mandarins. But another thing I'm not sure if people are aware of, because I think I usually buy them all out, is the lemonades here. Now the lemonades are this week at $4.99, so they've gone up in price. They're organically certified, but they end up being about 75 to 90 cents each, something like that. Julia's put them on each, but you know, they are a really delicious fruit. You should try them, they're so good. These limes, also you could pop a lime in the juice, just mix and match. So that's $8.95 for a kilo, and you've got 12 to 15 limes in there. Very nice, and we also know that they're not bad with a gin and tonic. So lemons are, these are very small lemons, so they're not what Julia has on there at $1.50 each. They're much cheaper than that. So you've got quite a few, and we've got some other local lemons out the back which are looking really good too. Good old orange, and look, they're only $2.50 a kilo. So I think we've gone through the fruit there. You need to be getting into these lemonades, tamarillos, bananas, and those apples. And a lot of the juicing apples are looking pretty good. So let's move on to the veggies. Okay, now in the veggies we've got some nice butter lettuce, really a little bit tinged on the edge, but not too bad. The cos lettuce are really good and a really good size. You can see you're going to get quite a few nice salads out of that. Onions are out at the moment, so or on their way out, so it's good to get into your spring onions and your leeks. They can just be added to your salads. Another nice salad is grated beetroot and carrot, if people are into that. And you can put in some orange juice and a little bit of soy sauce or anything you like, really. Very nice. Your cauliflowers are still going this week, $4.95 each. They're beautiful, and you can go for a half of one of those. These cucumbers are not particularly cheap, but they're really good, nice and fresh and firm and just delicious. And the other thing is the flat beans. They're at $8.99 a kilo. Let me see how they taste. Yeah, they're good. Nice for salad. These are the asparagus that are on special, $4.95 each, or 3 for $12.95. really crunchy and delicious, almost like you could also eat those raw. We've also got some local, these are from Jacob's Ladder, so there's some continental or Italian parsley, $4.95 a bunch, that's just come in. And this is Swiss chard, which is also looking really fresh and delicious. You can eat it raw or cook it up. Just wanted to show you in the size of the zucchinis. So they're large, but they're not like super large. Squash are almost looking like a little, do a lovely dinner party dish out of those. $4. I mean, look at the size of them. That's a half. So that's $2. Coleslaw, or just slice it up in a salad. Beautiful fresh cabbage. Gold sweet potato this week, $4.95 a kilo. So you got $2 off on that. And over to the kale. We've got a few different types of kale, and you just eat it. Just decide which colour you want and get into it. Slice it up all in your salad. That's an eggplant. They're coming in at about $3.50 each. Good for making baba ganoush or your roasted veggies. Cherry tomatoes are on special this week, so you can get one punnet for $3.50, or if you're getting 3 punnets, they're $2.95 each. So they're great for the kids. Instant vitamin C, no preparation. Throw them in the salad. Away you go. We've got some grocery specials that I just wanted to point out to you. These canned chickpeas, 12 for $12.95. Now they've got about, some of them have got like about a year's date on them, so it's not like they're going out of date, but that's just a really good special. And you can make some hummus with those. Just drain them off, stick them in the blender, bit of tahini, don't worry about measuring, bit of lemon juice, bit of garlic, bit of salt, voila. Stick some olive oil on top. And you've got it also nice in salads, drain them off, and some of that sweet potato and some baby spinach. Actually, we've got some good baby green spinach here that would go well. Local baby spinach, we've got that at $3 100 grams, so that's down a bit. We've got these Sienna baked beans, $6.99 for 6 tins, and they've got about 2 to 3 months on them. That's a great thing for the school holidays. The kids can start to learn to prepare their own food. Chop up a bit of garlic, put in a bit of that Italian parsley and the baked beans, and that's all looking pretty good. Now, there's some other things I'd like to tell you about, but they're in store, so I know that they're not all on the website, but if you do get to come in here during the holidays, we've got really good sunscreen, and I don't know if you know about Pat Collins's sort of skin products, but they're local and they're really, really very good and very natural. So, and if you can see in the distance, that's the Whole Food Cafe, and you can just bring the kids in, you can have a coffee, and they can sort of draw on the chalkboard and everything, and then you can get a good look around at things that maybe aren't on the website. But there's lots here, all your different grocery items. So it is, you know, getting warmer. And today on the news, I heard that Choice had done a survey, and 8 out of 12 of the sunscreens that they tested had those nanoparticles in them. So hello, we're not wanting to put that on our skin, so let's get into some good sunscreen, or just, you know, slip, slop, slap and get that hat on. But good to know about the other sunscreens. What else is on the news? You would all be very aware that Parliament's going back tomorrow, and we need to, you know, keep up to date with what they're doing in there. So let's keep our eye on our politicians. But Intergrain, Monsanto buying up, not good. And there's some women in Sydney, I think, have been sitting it out at one of the supermarkets because there's apparently genetically modified some sort of products in one of the baby foods. So we need to watch out, and let's keep active. And yes, like, we don't want to do that. One of the formulas, actually, not just baby food, but actual formulas. Yes, well, you won't find any of that here. All right, so thank you for having me as the guest. And it's supposed to make you all really miss Brent, which, you know, I know you're going to say we want more of her. But next week there's a break, so, you know, I think you will need to try and get in store if you can. And Brent will be back the following week. So thanks for having me, and, you know, get into these fresh things. I don't know why you're not eating Tangelos. You really should get into them. They're cheap and they're good. Au revoir.